On this beautiful afternoon. It's beautiful outside. On the cool, y'all. But how y'all doing? I know y'all be seeing me this black on all the time, but I just be trying not to expose myself because I like to be comfortable in my apartment. And this is on first thing that I grab. Sometimes I be having it on all day, and sometimes I don't. But anyway, I keep telling y'all that somebody is doing like truth spells. So a lot of people want the truth of things that have happened, things that could have happened in my life, and things like that. So I got your truth. I just want to talk to y'all about um some things or whatever. I feel like sharing with people because a lot of people been learning about a lot of things, and I just want them to get their truth. Now, this situation is stemming from my past. It has something to do with me, my child's father, my sister, and her ex-boyfriend Buck. And I had to say his name because my sister have ex-boyfriends, but won't nobody know who I'm talking about. But it was a situation that happened in the past. I'm sorry. It was a situation that happened in the past. My son, he was 1 year old at the time, and it was a situation happened where all of us went out. I didn't want to go out, but my kid's father wanted me to go out to a club, and my sister wanted us to go out with her because she said it was her first time being at the club or whatever where she was working at. So we all decided to go out. We went, and I just was sitting. I was in the front row, the front seat of my kid's father and her ex-boyfriend. He was sitting behind me, and I was sitting in the front by myself. So I'm just hearing them just go on and talking and all that stuff like that. I'm talking about talking. Some of the stuff I just wish I would have never heard, but I did hear. But it fall on deaf ears with me. I don't look. I don't care what be going on. I don't have nothing to say about anything. I just be listening because if even if you do speak up and tell somebody something, they still won't believe you unless they see it for themselves. So I usually just keep my mouth closed and don't say anything. So after we left the club and all that stuff like that, my sister, when she got home or whatever, and we was in separate cars, we decided to go over to my sister's house or whatever because we had to pick my son up from with my mom. So picked up my son and stuff like that. He went in to get my son or whatever and bring him out to the car, and they was in the house arguing and stuff like that. They was in the house arguing, so we was on our way about to hit the freeway and go home. So he ended up calling my kid's father and cussing him out, talking about you um bitch ass nigga. I don't like to cuss for real, but I'm just gonna say just how he's you bitch ass nigga, this, that, and the third, you this, that, and the third, and all that stuff like that. He's like, nigga, I ain't told her anything of anything. She found out on her own, and this, that, and the third, and well, it probably was her. She talked too much, and this, that, and I ain't saying nothing to nobody. This the honest God truth. My sister was drunk or whatever. He was driving or whatever. They got to the house and all that stuff like that. So he was like, this F nigga got me messed up. So he turned the car around. I'm like, look, go on to the house. He turned the car around. He was like, nah, I'm finna address this situation right now. So he went back over there to my sister's house. Went back over there to my sister's house or whatever. And then things got heated inside of the house because I was telling him, do not go in there. Do not go in there. Don't go in there. He asked me, did I say anything? I said, I ain't say nothing to her. I said, you've been sitting here the whole time. Do it look like I reached out to her and said anything to her at all? I didn't. Didn't say anything to her, but I need to say something to her about how he was talking bad about her in the club. So I didn't say anything. I was like, he went in the house or whatever. And he jumped. I mean, he beat him up. As soon as he came in the dang on house, he beat him up and all that stuff like that. And then he decided to leave after he got through beating him up. So he got in the car. He left or whatever. He went to the gas station. We went to the gas station. He had to get him something to drink or whatever, I guess, because he was parched or whatever. He was thirsty. Had to get him something to drink or whatever. So when we pulled up at the gas station or whatever, pulled up at the gas station, here come my sister and her ex-boyfriend. So my sister, they pulled up at the pump or whatever. He told her to give him the pistol. She gave him the pistol out of her purse. He grabbed it. He got out. My kid's father got out the driver's side of the car because he was driving. My son was in the back seat. And I got truth, y'all, but I'm giving y'all the truth. Like, seriously. My son was in the back seat and I was in the front seat. So when I seen Buck get out the car, he got out the car. He started approaching the car. My kid's daddy was he ran inside of the store and he locked himself in the store, coward. But he locked himself in the store or whatever. Or told the man to lock him in the store because the man was outside waving the gun or whatever. So the man locked him inside or whatever. He just started shooting up the car with me and my son. So before he could even get one shot off, I jumped in the back seat where my son was and I covered my son. I covered him. I tucked him under me, so if any bullet or anything like that was to come through the car or whatever, it would hit me and it would save my son. So the bullets that came through the car and stuff like that, I was like, oh my goodness. It pissed him off. So he got in the car with, I don't know if the gun jammed or something like that. Something happened. So he got in the car or whatever, he drove off. My kid's daddy came out the house, out the store or whatever. He ran to the car, got in the car in the driver's seat, and rushed behind him. My niece was in the car. So he going behind him. He said, I'm finna run this bitch ass nigga off the road and this, that, and the third. So I swung the car in the opposite direction because he was finna hit them and knock them off the embank or whatever. It was like a little, I guess it was a little, I can't explain it, but anyway, he was finna flip the car over. So I snatched it to the other side or whatever. I snatched the car to the other side. I was like, my niece in there. That's who I was thinking about. I wasn't thinking about them. I was thinking about my niece. My niece in there. You ain't finna hit the dang on car. Stop. And I slung the car to the other side or whatever so he couldn't do it. So the car spun around to the opposite direction or whatever. And I said, get on the freeway and go home. What is wrong with you? The police probably on the dang on way because of what he did. So we got on the freeway and they called us down or whatever to give the bullet and all that stuff like that because they had to report it because it was at the gas station or whatever. So we had to go and give the bullet and all that stuff like that. He got the bullet at the speaker. He got the bullet from a couple of places. He was like, golly. He was like, I can honestly say that you is a blessed child. You very lucky. Do you know how lucky you are for these bullets to not have traveled? It's real good that it went through the speaker, but look at this. When I tell you God will save you, if you meant to be saved, he will save you. So people run around mad and stuff like that, at situations, but just think about this situation like this, y'all. If I want to put this person where he belonged to be, at the time I put him there, one of them would have ended up not here, no longer here. He would have ended up losing his life, or my kid's daddy would end up losing his life. The way that they was going at each other, it wasn't gonna end at just that night because he was thinking about going around and doing something to him and all that stuff like that. I'm like, no, you let the laws handle all of this stuff. So we went to court and all that stuff like that, and him blaming me and all that stuff like that. Now you put yourself in that situation. Didn't nobody put you in no situation. You decided to do that on your own, and my sister should have went to jail too. She should have. But I ain't allowed that to happen. But he had to go to dang on jail. See, my sister wasn't really a threat for real. But he had to go to dang on jail because I didn't want him to lose his life, and I didn't want my kid's dad to lose his life. So he went down there for a couple of years or whatever. And I decided not to go down there to send him back down there because I felt like he deserved to, lose his life to the system. When a lot of people was pissed off at me because they was like, he should have lost his life to the system because of what he did. I always make a head over heart decision. That time, I made a head over heart situation. I made a head over heart decision. And the decision I made, I felt like that was the right decision to make because neither one of them probably would have been here because that battle wouldn't have stopped until somebody was dead. This is the honest God truth. But me having the good heart that I have, I could have put that person in jail for the rest of his life. He could have lost his life. He could have been gone away from here. Do you hear me? Or my kid's father. So I had to make a decision. I got to put this person away for a minute in order for this situation to die down. Because if it don't die down, then guess what? Somebody going to lose their life. So when his parole came up and all that stuff like that, I guess my sister was running around trying to act like she was a part of that. She wasn't a part of that. That was my decision to make. I never did go to court to send him back down to jail because I was like, he had enough time to be in there to cool down for him to go home with his family. Now, if I was a low down person, trust and believe me, they would have been pissed off at me forever. I forgave that person. I decided to move on. I don't care who feel what way about me. It was my decision to make. But a lot of stuff was happening. I just didn't understand. Like I said, these people that did a whole lot of stuff to me. In another situation I wanted to talk about or whatever, when it comes to this dark web situation, when I discovered that I was on a dark web. So this was a job that I was working on. Dear Seniors, when I was working with Dear Seniors, and it was another one that I was working at in Homewood, I think about that one, right at home. I was working at right at home or whatever. Right at home, I'm sorry, y'all, please forgive me. When I was working at right at home, I loved the job and everything. What I didn't like is some of the employees. Some of the employees was not right for the job because they didn't really want to be there for real. And some of them would leave the patients by themselves and stuff like that, knowing dang on well we don't supposed to leave no patient alone. If you got if you working a 12-hour shift and you bring your food with you because if there's nobody there like their family members and stuff, there when you step away, anything can happen to these people. It was a lot of people that was that didn't deserve their job and want their job. But they said that they send people out to monitor these people, so that wasn't my job to let them know what was going on. If you monitoring these people and you seeing what they got going on, then look, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's you and what you do. Cause this girl, she'll tell me that I leave her like an hour and stuff like that, and sometimes I leave and then I come back when my shift is almost over. I'm like, so who be keeping your patient? Nobody. She's a difficult patient to deal with. Okay, so go home and let them call somebody else out. Why would you do that? You can't leave her at the at her apartment alone. You don't supposed to do stuff like that. I do it all the time. It's like, okay. After I got finished with taking my patient upstairs and stuff like that, I ain't worried about it or anything. Like, oh, whatever. But they end up calling me into the office one day. I don't know what happened with that situation, but they end up calling me in the office one day and telling me that they had to let me go. And I'm like, you had to let me go? But what did I do? What happened? Because they had gave me a raise and everything. I'm like, what did I do? I didn't do anything. She was like, I'm sorry, but this, that. She was laying things out, and I'm like, y'all don't communicate with each other. Because if you communicated with each other, then this is not supposed to be on here. I always call and I talk to I think her name was Catherine Carroll, something like that. I forgot their names, but I had their names written down somewhere. But I always talk to them and stuff like that and tell them, because it was one time she said something about I didn't show up for work or whatever, but that was my off day. It was my off day, and they called me and they told me that I didn't have to come in because I told them, I said I didn't want no off day. But the lady told me, she said, you have to have a off day and all that stuff like that. We don't have no work for you. And I'm like, okay. So after the day was almost over, the lady called me and was like, you didn't show up at work. I said, I didn't show up at work. This lady called me and told me that I was off and they didn't have no work for me. She told me that the job that I was actually going to was the lady's last time in town, and that her mom was going to, be moving or whatever, because she was moving her mom at the time. This lady was moving her mom at the time, and there was her last day that was going to be in town. And she wanted me to be there to finish, so they could say goodbye and stuff like that. But this lady lied and said that they didn't want me at the job and stuff like that. Then another lady gonna call me and tell me that another lady called me and told me that I'm supposed to be at work. Like, how I supposed to be at work? Why y'all ain't communicating with each other? Like, what is going on? So She was explaining to me. I was like, look, I need this job. I said, I have my kids. I said, this is keeping a roof over my kids' head and food on the table and stuff like that. Because I have to feed my kids and stuff like that while they with me. It was like they was trying to make me not look like what I supposed to look. And anytime I was about to have a court date or whatever to step into the courtroom, these people orchestrate something for me not to have a job. So I don't be worried about it though. But so she was like, we have to let she say you ain't fired, but you just can't work here. Okay, so if I'm not fired, then why can't I work at the company? It doesn't make no sense. So Dear Seniors, I signed up for Dear Seniors. When I signed up for Dear Seniors and all that stuff like that, everything was going good and stuff like that. And I actually like Dear Seniors over right at home, but it was something that was standing out to me. Like sometimes when I used to call these people like early in the morning, nobody never answered the phone because I was trying to find my location and stuff like that or where I need to go. And sometimes, so I'm sorry. Sometimes whenever it used to be a night job, because one time, this have happened like twice. I was lured out to. It was a dark. It was dark in the town. I'm talking about it didn't have no lights nowhere. After the gas station lights went off, it was dark. You couldn't see nothing without your car lights. So they lured me out to a place. It was real dark out there, and I'm like, I don't know where to go. She said, I'm gonna call the other caregiver and stuff like that, so the caregiver y'all can exchange numbers and y'all can talk to each other. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I'm at the location. Can you call the caregiver? She never did call me, and she was like, just sit there for a minute. I'm like, how long do I have to sit here? She gonna call you. She never did call me. So I didn't sit there. Look, I don't care. It was dark. I'm in an empty parking lot. It's dark. The store didn't close. No lights. So I decided to get on the freeway. When I got on the freeway, guess what? The lady called me and told me that she called me and told me that the girl just called and all this stuff like that, and I need to go back. I turned my phone off. And I said, I'll call y'all whenever, y'all just call me whenever y'all have something else. I was already, when I got on the freeway, she was calling and calling and calling and calling and calling, but you could not answer the phone for me when I tried to call you and ask you, was the girl gonna call me? You didn't answer your phone. I called this lady like 4 times. She wouldn't pick up the phone for me. But time I got on the freeway, she answered the phone. I'm not answer the phone. She started calling me when I got on the freeway. Like, I'm just glad that I didn't stay there. But it's a lot of stuff that just put me in my head with a whole lot of things because they had cameras inside of the hotel rooms where I was and stuff like that and monitoring different things and stuff like that. But when I found out that I was on the dark web or whatever, that was the first time I found out I was on the dark web or whatever at that location at that hotel in Homewood. Because they'll tell me, different things too when I was at that hotel. I'm like, is this camera actually recording me or something? Or is they always use smoke alarms. So I'm like, this is, as soon as I step outside or whatever, because the person was asking me, where you at? What color are the doors? Where you at? All this stuff like that. And then I look outside or something like that, and it'd be a dang old van, circling the area and all that stuff like that. But I didn't used to go out. Sometimes I go out and be, just walking and stuff like that, just to get my exercise and stuff like that. And I see a van. As soon as I see the van, I go into my room or whatever and close the door. But the person kept on asking me, what's the color of the door where you at? What's the name of the street where you at? What you close by? This, that, and the third. Like, why is you asking me all those questions? I'm just trying to find out. I'm just trying to make sure you don't have no boyfriend and all that stuff like that. What do you mean? What do you mean about that? It was just so weird. I just didn't understand a whole lot of stuff about what was going on or what these people was doing. But I just felt like they was just doing like some kidnap situation or something. Because there was another person that I was talking to, and it was like they wanted to get me into a situation to where I go up there and snap on the people at the job. If that was me, I'd go up there and I'd be slamming the doors. And look, you don't have to act ignorant. Act ignorant for what? I mean, I can't make people see me as a good employee and want me to stay there and all that stuff like this. It's like a lot of people was playing a role in a lot of stuff. I didn't understand it, but it didn't matter. I had to get on here and talk about this situation, about my sister's situation though, because I wanted to know. It always stuck with me when she said, "You know, I don't f with you, but I'm gonna help you get your kids." How you don't f me, but you don't f with me, but you gonna help me get my kids? How you gonna help me get my kids and you don't follow up with what you say you gonna do? Because I asked this girl. This is the last time I talked to my sister. I asked her could she take me to get me some applications and stuff like that so I could fill out for some apartments. She took me to get the applications and everything like that. And it was just one she took me to get. So I filled it out or whatever. Now I asked her could she take me to take it back, the applications, whatever. She didn't take me. She stopped answering the phone because I told her that my apartment in Marks Village had cameras all through it. She all of a sudden just ghosted me. When I told her, I said, "Look, I got cameras inside of my apartment in Marks Village or whatever. Somebody put some cameras in my apartment and stuff like that to watch me. I don't know who did it." After that, I didn't hear anything from my sister. She ghosted me. But before that, we was going to see. She was taking me with her. She took me like one time up there to see my mama and stuff like that. But as soon as I got a chance to get a car and stuff like that, I was going up there to see my mom, take her some food and all that stuff like that. Whenever I got off of work and stuff like that. But after she told me, "You know, I don't f with you, but I'm gonna help you get your kids," I'm like, "What you don't f with me for?" Cause I don't understand this. What is the real reason you don't mess with me? Or are you trying to put up this fake facade? What are you doing? So I end up getting my application back or whatever, because my kid's daddy, mama took me to bring the application over there in Pinson or whatever. So I'm grateful for that. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for that. And his mom for doing that. She didn't have to, but she did. I'm all about right and I tell the truth about everything, and I thank God for it. But that's why I don't understand these people and the way that they was acting, the way that they just decided to turn on me for absolutely no reason. Because how you gonna help me but don't help me at the same time? Like it don't make no sense. It don't. You gonna try to make me look like a different person inside of the courtroom when you acting like you a good person and you doing things that don't make you a good person. Like how? Like, look, I'm trying to understand this myself, y'all. It's like they did a whole switcheroo. So she brought me to get my apartment and stuff like that, and I went into the bank or whatever. I went into American First Federal Credit Union, and that's when the lady revealed to me that something was going to be given to me before Christmas. So I'm like, okay. But I begged the lady to open up whatever account it was to give me some money out of it so I could be able to pay my down payment and pay my bills so I can go ahead on and get into my apartment or whatever. So after I talked to the lady and stuff like that, she told me that she did it for me. I thank you, Lord Jesus. Oh my goodness, you just don't know. It be angels everywhere, I'm telling you. But ever since this lady told me, she gave me what she gave me or whatever. Then there was another lady that told me that there was some funds that's supposed to belong to me. I'm talking. It was two people at that location that told me what they told me, and I never did see it. They got rid of both of those people, and I never did know what was going on when it comes to that situation. Nobody ever brought it up or talked to me about it. But I know my auntie she also had an account in American First Federal Credit Union, and I didn't even know she had an account there until she pulled up there one day and was talking to the people that was inside of the bank or whatever. That's why I was wondering why I couldn't get an account there, and they was making it so hard because they usually don't make it hard for you to get no account at the bank, but they started making it hard for me to get an account at the bank. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. I go somewhere else, and I signed up for Wells Fargo, Regions. Well, I went to Regions, and Regions had an old account that they had pulled up and all that stuff like that. It was just a whole lot of the banks, doing a whole lot of things that I just didn't understand. I'm like, golly. Y'all supposed to been closed out this email. Y'all still got this email up, and y'all still saying that it's some funds and that somebody is drawing funds out of these accounts and all this stuff like that. That's in my name. Like, don't you think I need whatever it is that people drawing stuff out of? Like, I ain't understand. I didn't understand it. And with all these people stealing at Wells Fargo, because when I went to Wells Fargo or whatever, because I signed up for Wells Fargo, but I was kind of hesitant on signing up for Wells Fargo because Wells Fargo, they allowed, when I called these people and told them, I'm like, look, I did not receive my bank card. I said, somebody stole my bank card. They sent all my paperwork in there, but my bank card was not in there. But the rest of my paperwork came. The only thing that didn't come was my Wells Fargo card. He was like, well, give it some time or whatever. I gave it some time. I already knew what these people gonna do. Soon as my payment for my job got onto my card, they hadn't took the payment off of my card and put it onto my Wells Fargo card. When they put it on my Wells Fargo card, I don't know what they did with it, but I called the police and I did a report on it. When I did a report on it and stuff like that, after the police left, they put my money back on my card. Um, they asked me, they told me that I ain't have to do, they was gonna do their investigation and stuff like that, because they have a federal team that actually, you know, a federal team that they have to send out when it comes to stuff like that. So I didn't really have to do much for real, but I still did a report because I noticed that my neighbor that used to live next to me in Pinson, anytime they would come home, things would happen. And soon as soon as that situation happened or whatever, I just knew, what was going on or whatever. Like I said, it was somebody that I talked to or whatever that I shouldn't even talk to. Somebody that I was affiliated with, and this person and his girlfriend. I seen this girl in a car full of girls one day at the mailbox, just sitting there. And I said, these people had to have a camera inside of my apartment, because how you know I'm gonna go outside and check my mailbox? So I went outside, right, to go and check my mailbox. I went to my mailbox. Well, I was going out to go to my mailbox, and they just sit in the car, all hyped and stuff like that, and saying stuff and all that things like that. So I was like, oh, okay. I went inside of my apartment, and I came back outside of my apartment. It's that be crazy, this, that, and the third, and went on about their business. And I went to check my mailbox, left the mailbox, and came on in my apartment. I'm like, oh my goodness, like what in the world? Is it a camera in my dang on apartment where these people can surveillance me 24/7 or not? Cause how do you know I'm finna come out of my dang on apartment, go check my mail? How do you know all that? If it were no camera in my apartment in Benson, how do these people know where I live in the first place? How do they know my moves? When I'm finna leave, when I'm finna come back? How do they know that? How, y'all? Like, seriously, how? Can't nobody explain that to me. But everybody telling me with no cameras in my apartment. My apartment was not wired. How? Y'all trying to get me hurt. And the people that want to hurt me, y'all helping them surveillance me so they can do that. But you sitting around acting like I'm crazy. But these people they sending these things on places to cause harm. How? How do they know that I'm finna come out of my dang on apartment and win? Just like these people around here. Like, seriously. I've been trying to figure this whole situation out, and like, who in the world could be involved in this? And I can't do nothing but think about my family, my kids' daddy. All of these people that gathered up to come against me for what? What did I do to y'all? Because y'all trying to continue to convince the judge that I'm incompetent, I'm crazy. And y'all have to make it make sense. Oh, she chaotic. We gonna sit these people over here to jump on her and say it was her fault and she did it. How? And they coming to my residence. Ma'am, sir. How? I deserve to live my life freely, man, without no problems, because I don't do anything to nobody. But because these people feel like I deserve to live my life a certain way, other than the right way, that's what they do. These people been doing stuff for years, man, and it don't make no sense. I'm still trying to make sense out of it. Like I don't even know these people like this. Just honest God, I don't know them like that. I don't know these people, but they try to pull me in their chaos for what? The same thing with these people around here, the next door neighbor, man. When her son came knocking on my dang on door trying to act like he needed a dang on charger, and he didn't even need no charger for real. Like what do you want? He knocked on my dang on door for a dang on charger. He knocked on my door and I said I didn't have no charger, but I can charge it with my other the way I charge my phone or whatever. Charged it a little bit or whatever. He had a nice family on the front of his phone, you know. So it wasn't even 2 minutes. This person came back to my dang on back door, knocked on my. I don't open my back door for nobody. He came like 2 minutes because he had to walk around to the front to come and walk around from the back to the front to come and knock on my door because I just don't open my back door for nobody. If anybody see you doing anything, they're gonna know who in the world did it. So you're not coming through my back door. So he came and knocked on my front door or whatever. When he knocked on my front door, he asked me did I have a charger. Can I charge his phone is what he said. And I said, sure. I plugged it up and stuff like that and I just sat there. 2 minutes, it wasn't even 2 minutes. He walked around to the back, knocked on my door again like I was just finna open my back door. And according to his mama said that the girl that used to stay here in this apartment used to flirt with him and stuff like that. They used to flirt and all that stuff like that and mess around with each other. You know, I don't do stuff like that. You got me messed up. I don't play around with when it comes to married men that's attached. And first of all, your girlfriend already exposed you and said that you win nothing, you win this, you win that. Why? Don't nobody like it, all that drama. Y'all keep that over there with child. Ain't nobody got time for all of that. Cause when I first moved in here, she came out there and was like, you broke, you this, you that, you don't take care of your kid. I'm like, why is she yelling it out there? She want me to hear this, so if I'm taking interest in this person that I won't talk to him or something like this, it ain't make no sense to me. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Let me turn my TV up a little bit. Let me turn my headsets up. Let me turn my phone up for a minute because I put my earplugs in my ear in a minute so I won't hear anything. You know, especially when I ain't have no TV in here. I wasn't gonna bring no TV up in here either. I was ready to leave. But he came and knocked on my door again, the back door, whatever. So I seen the little boy that was on the front of his screen. When I seen the little boy on the front of his screen, I said, hey, come here. Hey, can you come out for a minute? He's like, yeah. He was a nice little boy. And I gave him the phone or whatever. He was looking like, what in the world the neighbor doing with my dang on dad a phone? I hope he didn't think that nothing was going on, cause baby, you know, honey, I seen y'all as a family on the phone. I don't play no games like that at all with nobody. But I seen him. I gave him the phone and stuff like that, and he was like, "Thank you," and then he left and went home or whatever. And then he came and knocked on the door, on the front door. He was like, "It ain't nothing like that." What you mean it ain't nothing like that? Why is you knocking on my dang back door? I said, "Look, I don't want no problems with nobody. I said, I'm not trying to cause no problem. I just moved in this dang on area. I don't want no problems." I said, "You got your phone and stuff like that. I just don't want no problems." He was like, "Yeah, it's all good and stuff like that." Then stuff started going on. When I left and went to my appointment or whatever, that's when I discovered that my screen was cut, and my the window was popped to my bathroom. And then I saw, well, the next time I went to my appointment, I came back, it was a dead cat that was put in my storage bins for me to find. And the woman was looking out the door. You know, it's like they wanted to see my reaction to when I found the cat or whatever, because I always used to interact with the cat and mess with the cat and stuff like that when the cat used to be in the area, because it was two of them. I called the cat Grayson. That's what I called the cat, because it was a gray cat. It was two of them. They looked like twins, but they was in the area or whatever. And I didn't see the one of the cats anymore, because they used to be with each other. So I'm like, okay. Soon as I went to, after I came back from my appointment and stuff like that, and I seen the kind of, the door was unlocked because it don't usually be. I seen the door unlocked, and I looked it in. I looked in there, and the cat was in there. You know, that made me kind of sad though, cause excuse me, I like cats. You know, I like cats and I like dogs too, but you don't do no stuff like that to nobody. All because of what? All because of what? That just be ridiculous, man. And the way that this person was acting, like he was trying to talk to the neighbor too. I'm a snow bunny, and his mama was like, mm. And he was like, "What? I can't talk to Snow Bunny." And this, that, and the third, and all this stuff. I'm like, Lord have mercy. This person is childish to the bug. Y'all, ain't nobody got time for all that. Look. I don't deal with drama, and I don't like when people try to pull me in drama either. Just like I said, whether people know me or not, I'm always respectful to another woman. That ain't saying that somebody be respectful towards me, but I'm always respectful to another woman, especially when I see what's going on. The person really still loved him, and he loved her too. Ain't gonna be no one night situation with me, cause it's like somebody was telling them, like somebody be telling people that I'm a one night stand or something like that. Cause when I was in Penson or whatever, it was a person that tried to approach me with my baby girl while I was with my baby girl or whatever. We went to the mailbox, and then he like, hey, we took off running. She said, Mom, now you know you heard that person calling you. They so funny. My kids so funny. I ain't lying. They so dang on funny. I just can't with my children. Now you know I don't like nobody approach me with my kids or nothing like that. I don't. My kids, just like I said, I don't let nobody let no other man meet my children. If I'm comfortable with that person and I feel like it's gonna lead to something further, then I would. But I have to first feel a person out and all that stuff like that. I don't like nobody approach me with my children, trying to make it seem like, oh, it's okay. No, and I have to know everything about you. I don't know if you're a pedophile. I don't know nothing about you at all. They got a daddy, they good, but don't do that. I don't like that. So I took off running, but I ain't want no relationship. No way. I'm tired of these daggone men with these boys, cause that's all they be, boys. Like, leave me alone. I'm tired of y'all trying to put me in chaos and conflict, cause that's what I be seeing it as. You trying to put me in the chaos and conflict or whatever and talk to you and whatever, knowing that you attached to a female or something like that. Baby, leave me alone. And it seemed like every time I reject these people, something always happened, because I found a dead bird. Well, my daughter found a dead bird with a nail in her heart. I was like, oh my goodness. I swept it up and put it in the trash or whatever. But I don't know what all that stuff was meaning. But baby, leave me alone. You can't get mad at me because nobody want to talk to y'all. Like, y'all leave me alone. Like, what in the world? What is y'all used to talk to? Because, baby, it ain't easy over here. I done been through enough. I ain't trying to add on more stalkers. I'm not trying to add on more stalkers. So I'm trying to get rid of the ones that I got. She was been 6 years. They still in my bushes. Like, God, Lee, why would you want to be like that? You should want to be adding on to that stalker list. Because, Jesus, my God, I done been through, dude, these people that try to take me through the ringer. Do you hear me? Still running around out here thinking they finna get another chance. You should did right the first time you had. I'm just saying, like, I don't know now. But it's just weird though. Got people out here lying on me saying that I've been with them and all this stuff like that. No, honey, don't do that. Uber drivers lying. Some of everybody lying, talking about they ain't been with her for what? Baby, hey, look. What's so important about me? What's so ordinary about me? Baby, I'm regular. I'm alright. Yeah, but you don't have to be acting all like that. Like, golly. That is weird. Like, what is going on with these men? Like, what y'all used to talking to? Because I don't understand it. What is y'all used to talking to? Like, Lord have mercy. They acting like I'm just somebody. I'm sorry. I didn't got that stuff smeared under my eye again. But it's okay. I just have my dang on lashes getting longer, because they is long now. My eyelashes, they long now, but that black stuff be looking like my eyes, like gotta be punched in my dang on eyes, but it's okay. Y'all know what it is. Ladies know what it is. Okay. Don't be trying to be funny. But anyway, I just had to come on here and just talk about that situation, because I'm still trying to search and find out You know, a lot of things. This is, I don't know if somebody just want me to just speak about truthful things or what, but I got your truth. I got the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Shall help me God. I do. But no, y'all, I ain't never did anything to hurt nobody, come against nobody in no way. But they decided to do stuff to me, to hurt me, to come against me in the worst way. Like, okay, I'm cool. You know, don't mean I have to engage. I ain't worried about it. But it's just crazy, y'all. I never did nothing to these people but try to help them. I try to help everybody. It might not seem like help, but trust and believe me. It'll be help for me and help for other people too. If y'all sit down somewhere. But that's exactly what you need to do, sit down somewhere. But when I think of something else, I guess I come and talk to y'all about it. And that's exactly what they want me to do, yo. They want me to talk about it. That's what I'm doing, talking about it. You want to know what's going on and what happened in my past? Here you go. Let you know. A lot of stuff just scared me, y'all. I didn't understand a lot of stuff and why people was coming against my job. Why people didn't want me to have my job. I mean, you got children. Don't you feel like, you deserve your job and because you got to take care of your responsibilities? Okay, me too. So what's the problem? It's never been one with me. But I don't leave and be cussing people out and getting all hostile with people. It's like these people been doing this for years trying to get me to crash out, act out. For what? Do it for what? So I can go to jail? So I can put in restraints, locked down in the hospital bed? Well, y'all ain't gonna do me like y'all did my mama. Because my mama was not incompetent, but they deemed her incompetent. She was not incompetent, and they wanted her right where they had her so they can, do all these things to her that they wanted to do to her, limit her. She had some nice doctors and stuff like that around her. I ain't gonna say the doctors, the nurses, the caregivers, some of them, you know. She had nice people around her. When she left that facility and came to the facility she at, I thank God for it. Because when I walked in that facility, it was okay. But there's some people that just rubbed me the wrong way. But some people was okay. It wasn't it went as bad as that other one. Like, Lord have mercy. But I seen some pretty nice people. They was nice people and they looked like they cared. So I thank God for them. That's why I pray for these facilities and stuff like that, these doctors and these nurses and stuff like that. They're caring for these people because, baby, I was a caregiver and I treated everybody like they was my relative. No matter the race, size, shape, gender, no matter none of that. I still treated these people like they was my father, my mother, my sister, my auntie, my uncle. I still treated them that way because they deserved that. There were some good people who I was seeing after, judges and stuff like that, ex-nurses, and man, it was an honor. But I couldn't sit up there and just, that's trauma to me, seeing these people in the way that they are and I can't do anything about it, especially when they have abuse, people that's abusing them. I can't do anything about it. So it be trouble for me sometimes. So I don't think I'll step in that field again because it hurt me too bad. Like, how can people actually be stealing from their grandmother or their mother? How can they be sexually abusing their parents and their grandparents and stuff like that? Because Morgan, Lord have mercy. Morgan, that's my cousin. My uncle ex-wife, little girl. I don't know her like that, y'all. But her brother used to do that to their grandmother. Sure did. Ooh, yep. And my little cousins used to tell us what he used to be doing and stuff like that to her. He used to be abusing her. He used a lot of the reason why I wanted to step into being a caregiver is because I cared about a lot of people. And these people, they showed me a lot of love. They always told me, even if they ain't even know me for real, they always told me, I love you. Will you continue to stay with us? Because you like the only somebody that really came and actually cared for us. I don't know who in the world they be having these people. Look, these people who they be having going out, They need to start following up for real, or they gonna lose their job because these people don't really want them to have their jobs for real. They don't care about your company, sir. Excuse me. If you don't really want your dang on company to go down in dang on history, you need to send them people out for real to do their investigation to find out what these people got going on. Like seriously, because these patients is afraid of the people that you send out. That ain't good. Nobody gonna keep on finding no organization that's gonna keep on putting people in fear. Cause it was just crazy, y'all. These people wanted to hold me hostage to keep me. They wanted to hold me hostage, but I just do what I'm supposed to do. Maybe I do over what I'm supposed to do, but it's for the good. I make sure the patient and the person that's coming behind me is comfortable when they do get there. That's just me. I make sure everything is done. Because one girl vented to me about how other people did not do their job and stuff like that, and they would leave her with a lot to do. Guess what? I took that load off of her. And she was like, dang, you did everything. When I came back, when you did everything, I don't have nothing to do. Just sit up here and well, you could have left me something. I'm like, well, don't complain to me then. I'm trying to make it better for you, man. You said don't nobody, do what they supposed to do and show up in ways they supposed to show up. So what's the problem? So when I help you out for you to kick your feet up sometimes, what's the problem with me doing that? I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you, ma'am. You But it is what it is, y'all. Just like I said, I be trying when it comes to different situations. I be trying, and people just be seeing me as the worst person in the world. But it's okay. It's all right. I understand. They don't know me, and they just feel like I'm a goody two shoes, I guess. I don't understand. I'm trying to help you, but it's okay. But anyway, I just had to come and talk about this story. As things come, y'all, I'm just gonna come and just tell y'all about it. Cause I don't be having nobody to talk to for real, y'all. Just y'all, sometimes. But anyway, I love y'all. And I pray y'all have a blessed. I'm sleepy too, y'all. I need to get me some rest. I really do. But I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed rest of y'all day.